Would y'all rather have a man that goes to work 50 plus hours a week and only thing he can do is financially provide? Or would you rather have a man that can only work part time but helps around the house, takes out the trash, does the yard maintenance, helps with the kids, takes the kid to practice, helps cook, clean, all of that and above? I'm curious to know. I hear a lot of women when they talk about they want a man, they say they want a provider. And when they say provider, they only think financial wise. And the man lacks in the other aspects of, helping around the house, helping with the kids. And when they are left to do it, they are being told the things that they need to get done. Me personally, I'm going to take a man that can literally financially provide and help around the house. And if you only work 32 hours a week, that's fine, because at this point we are a whole and our money is all combined. So it doesn't even matter how much you make or I make, our money is one. But when it comes to you helping around the house, all men cannot help around the house. Some men have to be told, take out the trash. Some men have to be told, I need you to help me with the kids. Some men have to be told things that you need them to do. Rather, you having a man that knows I need to do this, or this is what my wife is expecting from me. I take that over a man that can only provide. What about y'all?
Why?
So basically, what she's saying is that she would prefer
It all.
a man that, well, she described it as a man that works 32 hours a week and helps around the house, helps cooks, helps clean, helps the babies, do the dishes, all of that stuff. But basically, her question is, would you rather have a man that may not have as much money but is spending more time with you and with the kids and helping around the house? Or would you rather have a man that is more of a provider and may not be as present or may not help as much, but he's willing to work 50, 60, 70 hours a week?
The provider.
You ain't even think about it, Mika.
The provider.
I was thinking about this the other night, and I hate you and your chat, Anton.
What did I do? I did just answer the question.
Because you throw out some shit that half of your people can't fucking wrap their mind around. Like,
what does
most
that mean?
niggas just need a nigga who's gonna fucking be adjacent to whatever the fuckery you got going on in your life. Like, all these bitches talking about they want a provider male, do this, do that. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You need a nigga to supplement your minimum ass income and hope that fucking 40K nigga don't cheat on you. Because let's be clear.
That's harsh, Quentin.
Nah, nigga, broke niggas is cheating, rich niggas is cheating. You just need somebody who gonna love your broke ass dirty draws and got a little extra $1,500 to throw towards some bills a month.
That's pretty harsh, Quentin.
No, nigga, like, women be out here acting like they can pick and choose, and he need to be this, and nope, nigga, you just need a normal.
Quentin,
you need a normal nigga who you gonna pay 45, he gonna pay 55. Nigga, some weeks y'all might have to let that car insurance go extra 30 days because y'all ain't got it.
But the question is, would you rather?
Well, we all know the answer to the question.
No, we don't, because there's some women. Let me tell you why.
I know not. I think my beautiful Carrie and all that she is, I think that she would be flexible. I think that she would I think she would choose love.
Well, we're gonna come to Carrie next. But I will add some additional context to say I was looking through the comments of her video, and it seemed to be, of course, more one-sided than the other, but it was a lot closer than you realize, of women that was saying that they want a man that also helps around the house and with the kids and all of this other stuff. It's a lot closer than you realize.
Well, in my real life, that's what it looks like. In my real life, and my friends, like, they help out, they work. Like, it's not like this whole one-sided, like, this dude is doing everything. It's not like on the internet, facts it is, but in my real life, that's not what it looks like. Like, all my niggas, they all get the bag, and everybody got a girlfriend or a wife, and it looks the same. They help out at home. They go to work. It's like normal. We just making this shit work.
Right, but nothing is ever equal. So somebody's doing more.
Well, the men are doing. I can't say that. Like, okay, maybe it's 50. Okay, maybe it's not. It's 49 and 51. If you want to play that game, like, maybe that. Because my homeboy Brian, that nigga pays all the bills. His wife don't work, nigga, but they got 4 kids at home, and she be doing all the shit with the kids at the house, picking them up from school, doing all the shit, nigga, like doing the little accounting for his businesses.
That okay, but she's not working outside of the home.
Nigga, I'm not gonna stun on moms. Like, I think being a mom is like a fucking $100K job, nigga. That shit's fucking hard.
Hold on.
No?
What do you mean hard?
Okay. If you're doing it right, it's hard. If you're maintaining your kids, I understand. But if you're actually raising your kids, it's fucking hard.
I don't think it's hard.
Okay. Then that answers what kind of mom you are. I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
Meanwhile,
Well,
I'm kidding.
Toxic.
Oh, you're a toxic mom, or you're
I said you are. I said meanwhile, my life.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get everybody, and then I want y'all to go ahead and get in. I want to get Carrie. Would you like to answer Quentin's inquiry about how you see this situation?
Her video was a little confusing to me because she said she wanted both. So I'm like, what am I answering here?
Well, she had to. Well, again, all right. So she said, would you rather have a guy, like a broke guy, that spend more time around the house, or would you rather have?
And broke means that he's not like, I have to be working in order for ends to meet.
Or maybe y'all just live a less than stellar lifestyle.
Okay.
Either or. But point that she was making was, would you rather have a guy that pays everything but may not be as available to do the things around the house or whatever? Or would you rather have a guy that doesn't work as much, that works less than 32 hours a week, but is there to assist you and is there to be with you on a regular basis? And y'all may not have as much resources.
Yeah, I definitely would want the former, the first one you said.
The one that works a lot?
Well, yeah, like 32 hours a week. What are you doing? What's the
well, if the 32 hours a week, what if the 32 hours a week equates $200 an hour? And they didn't put a price with the 32 hours.
Okay, that's a good point. That is actually a good point, because that's actually a very, very good point. So, but that's why I asked what's the broke thing really mean.
Well, the assumption is that the guy that doesn't.
What did Quentin just say?
For the sake of conversation, hold on. For the sake of conversation, the assumption is that the guy that works less than 32 hours a week doesn't make as much money. He's not putting in as much effort into the job, and he focuses more on what's happening
on the house.
Correct.
So regardless of the time, yeah, no, I would prefer the guy who is focused more on providing, because I don't know if this was the point you were thinking that you were making, Quentin, but to your point, even the guy who was working all these hours or focused on providing, I think he's still open to being somewhat helpful at home. So it's not like it's all or nothing. Like, he's just gonna be working and never helps out with anything.
I know this is anecdotal, but my homeboy Brian, like, he cooks all the dinners. His wife can't cook worth shit. Sorry, Phaedra, but he cooks all the fucking dinners.
But like, that's kind of what I would prefer the one where he's working. Yeah.
Why?
Well, one, because if he's doing all of the outside work, then I can hold down the majority of the inside work, and then it will actually, I think, be easier for me to identify the areas where he can really, really help me inside that he's good at. So for instance, like with my husband, he likes doing yard stuff. He comes from a Southern family, so his mom, he knows how to clean real thoroughly fast. Like, I clean slow. It takes me a long time. It takes me a long time.
Sounds like an unproductive woman to me, but okay.
No, it's just I get caught.
It depends on how big the house is, Anton.
No, and I got four kids. I homeschool, so there's a constant flow
so they mess up.
Clean. You know what I'm saying?
Let's pick it up.
and I get caught in the details. So my point is it's nothing for him if he comes home. One, he can take 2 hours to do something, and that's helpful for me for the whole following week of him being gone.
You're gonna have to pick it up.
People are
Pick it
so
up.
dumb. Like people are talking
Speed
shit
it
that
up.
I'm naming. I fucking hate your chat, Anton. I
Yeah,
hate these niggas.
I'm being honest. I'm working on it.
I'm the opposite.
Sounds like you've been watching a little bit too much YouTube.
No, I'm not even watching anything. Like I've cried over it, y'all, before, because it takes
Over
me
what?
so. Just how long it takes me sometimes to, like, if I have a
You
pile of
tried
laundry.
cleaning?
No, it's just I'm slower. I don't know. Like, there's just certain things when I wash the dishes.
What are you doing in the interim? Like, did you take breaks? Like, and put your hands on your hips?
No, and do the fair dance.
Can you be cleaning like this?
No, that's funny because a couple of times they've come in and I was like doing push-ups or something on the floor in the kitchen. But no,
You have ADD is the problem. That's the real issue here. You can't focus. That has nothing to do with you cleaning slow. You just get distracted.
Like, who does? I've never heard someone do push-ups when they're cleaning. That's just fucking random.
I'll add some squats in or something like that. But
that
no, I don't know. Like, even when I'm washing the dishes, like, I could run out to the grocery store, come back, and he can get through the whole kitchen. For me, it's like 2 hours.
Push-ups.
Carrie is overwhelmed. She look at that, she be like, can't do it.
So she just texts and does some push. At least you're doing something.
I'm about to put Carrie in white school.
At least you're doing something productive in the interim, Carrie.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't agree. I would go with helpful because I feel like a good relationship, hold on, before I say this, let me preface it with I do like traditional roles. I like the man to go to work and the woman to stay at home. Very traditional in that way. But if I had to choose between broke or helpful, I would choose helpful because I know
you had to choose between what?
Broke or helpful. I would choose helpful. I feel like the helpful
man.
Man.
We're assuming that the broke guy is helpful, so I need to change that.
Can you let her answer the question and stop?
No, I gotta rephrase it because I want her to understand what I'm asking. Would you rather have the guy that is more productive but not as available versus the guy that is more broke and more helpful because he is more available?
I mean, again, to be clear, I don't like broke. That's not my preference. But if I had to choose, I would probably choose helpful just because, I mean, if you're entering a marriage, it's so that you can live your life with this person. If this person is always at work, you're not living your life with them. Your children aren't being raised by them. You aren't building anything together. You're just kind of existing within your own worlds and bringing it together however you see fit or whatever, right? I also know who I am as a person. And I know, I've said this before, a good woman can make a good man great. He can show up broke. He's not going to leave here broke. And that is what I know for sure.
So you choose broke, not helpful.
I want him to help. He can.
Let me change this.
Go to work all the time or whatever. And just be unavailable.
He's going to change it. But okay, well, he's about to change it. But until he does, I think you're describing the one who would work 32 hours or less.
Right. Because it doesn't take forever to work and make the money that you need. I mean, even if you had to lower your lifestyle, which would hurt. But like, I just feel like I'm smart enough to get us to where we need to be, even on that 32 hours.
It's the like the premise that productive men are making a lot of money is stupid. I'm bringing my friend Brian back up. That nigga makes the bag, and that nigga is always at the house, nigga, and he make money fucking 10 times more than your whole chat put together, nigga, from the house chilling.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. 5 jobs.
That doesn't mean anything because you're talking about
Well, y'all act like productive is like Al doing shit work. That nigga is at his house pushing buttons on the keyboard, running up the bag.
Yeah, but a lot of times the man is at work. He's working all these hours to provide this lifestyle for him and his wife that she wants or he wants or whatever, and he's not at home. That's the reality of the situation. So just like you were talking about the anomaly in Anton's examples, this is the anomaly in yours. Like most of these men aren't at home doing all this work. It's the women carrying.
Quentin knows him. I know a lot of people, and I'm talking about mentors, older, younger. I don't know any guy that is super successful that has that level of time and availability. Not one. I personally, and since we're using anecdotal experience, and myself included, I personally don't know a guy that has that level of availability and is just always just chilling at home and doing none of that. I don't know any, not one. So
your people aren't as efficient with their time as my people.
What? How?
I'm not gonna let y'all get this normal. Everyone's the same. You're not gonna get that off. The amount of money I make sitting on my ass in my fucking room playing video games is asinine.
Quentin, you put 8 hours plus into playing video games, bro. That's a fucking job.
Well, not
that means that you're still working.
Unavailable.
You're still working. If you're not playing video games for 8 fucking hours plus, then you put more than 40 hours into the game and you put an additional 40 plus on your fucking job. Nigga, you doing 80. You're not efficient.
To be fair, he's not working.
It's not efficient.
He's not working his regular job.
That's a fact.
But my point is, we're under the assumption that he's actually being productive at work. No, he's getting paid for his productivity, but he's finessing, right?
He got
it's a difference between finessing. I worked a corporate job. For the majority of that corporate job that I worked, I was working from home, which allowed for me to continue to build my brand. I wouldn't have took the job if it would have took me away from what I was doing productivity-wise from content creation. But we understand that corporate America and the way that technology is today, it makes it much easier for us to do multiple different things at the same time. My point is that people that are overly successful, 99% of the time, they are very, very much entrenched in and doing a lot of shit and got a lot going on. They are out there, they seeing their businesses, they own the sites, they prospecting, they may have to travel. They working with people. They may not be doing physical labor as much, but they are very much entrenched in what they got going on. They're closing deals. Sometimes they get phone calls in the middle of the night. They got to get up and solve for problems. It was regular working at the bank, whether you was in technology or whether you was in upper management. It was not abnormal for us to get a security breach or something happen, and we got to be up at 1:30 in the morning to patch some stuff so that people would be able to log into their accounts in the morning. And the CEO would be up, the VP of all of that, the CFO, chief technology officer would be up. We would be on a fucking meeting 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. They didn't have a choice because we had to answer for that before people was able to come in and log in, or else we was going to get the call center flooded with a bunch of people that was calling saying we couldn't log into their accounts. So that's not abnormal. That's not people in the chat. They don't fucking know what a CEO's life is like. They ain't never met a CEO in their life unless it was a local record label. These motherfuckers don't get a chance to sleep sometimes. They be up for 2 and 3 days at a time. They sleep at the job. Elon Musk himself said that he had to sleep on a factory floor in order to get the Model Y launched because they was facing bankruptcy. It was 10 days away from being insolvent. It's a real life out here. It's real. I personally, I'm sure they out there. I'm sure that Quentin know it. I don't know a guy. Now they can go out and they get the jet set. They jet set so that they can save themselves some time. I don't personally know a guy that makes more than $1 million a year that is not fucking working at least 60 hours a week. I don't know one. That is a myth. That is the biggest myth ever.
Anton's not the wealthiest man in my friend pool.
I didn't say that I was the richest. I'm just saying.
I know, but Joe, who is that nigga always out of pocket.
I seen a person in the chat specifically, and fuck the chat, because y'all motherfuckers. No. Let me be very clear. Fuck the chat, because the chat is disrespectful as hell to everybody. So they gonna get the same work, and I ain't gotta make no pleas for the chat. Fuck what y'all talking about. I seen a person in the chat said, "Yeah, man, because most CEOs work less than 32 hours and they don't be doing shit." That's a lie. It's a lie. That's not true. It's not true.
They got to work 24/7.
I just guess like I equate more to like doing shit, like either physically or like mental, using shit. Like I don't equate anything I do to work. Like all my shit is mindless. I can do this shit with my fucking eyes closed.
Yeah, but most of the stuff you like doing, right?
Facts.
That's why
I didn't like selling weed. It was dangerous.
You know,
If I can do whatever I want to do, it's work.
I don't know a dope boy. I don't know nobody that was a dope boy that didn't work fucking 60 hours a week. They be on the
probably I
corner.
didn't like it because you had to like sell weed, and I didn't smoke the weed, so I didn't know how good the weed actually was. And I'd be lying to people about the weed, and it was weird for me. It's legal in Oklahoma,
like
by the way.
content
I'm not. This shit is not dope boy shit. It's
like with content creation. A lot of people think it's just sitting in front of the camera.
It's hard.
No, you spend 90% of your time working and preparing and shit.
You spend hours.
Hell yeah.
And that's not including if you edit in your own stuff.
So
yep, I got off with y'all. And then I edited a video. I slept for probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Got back up, worked out, got back to it. And got on a podcast this morning, and Anton's people in the chat talk about, Mika, when do you sleep?
I give anyone credit who can turn on that fucking camera and just talk by themselves for fucking 30 plus minutes, because that shit's ridiculous.
It's hard.
Hard as fuck.
I was just telling Anton that the other day. I said, going from being on doing music, it's like you can zone out. You're not even worried about all the people that's there. Yeah. But when you sit by yourself in front of a camera, like, it takes getting used to, because you're not talking to a human.